So we're talking today about heart valves, and a heart valve, the thing about the heart valves is that they help blood to just go in one direction. So heart valves ensure one-way blood flow through the heart. So in other words, you have no backflow. So the blood will come in here, and then it'll empty down into here. And then when the heart contracts, you want the blood to go up and out this way. You don't want, when this contracts, you don't want the blood to go backwards here. So this valve closes and it makes sure that the blood doesn't go backwards. So here's a picture of heart valves, and you can see these closed and these closed and these closed and these closed. And this is a picture of a real heart with the heart valves showing here, 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 and here. It's pretty cool, huh, Will?
Yeah, but I think it looks kind of like an eye, like poker.
It's
like
kind of gross.
Yeah,
it
looks like gross. A Halloween jerky, disgusting, mean,
okay.
disgusting, well, weird.
Doctors have to know what your heart looks like if they have to operate on it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's a picture of a real heart, probably a sheep heart that's been dissected, and here's the atrium. That's the opening to the vena cava. Here's a valve, and here's the ventricle. Here's an atria and a ventricle down here, and here's a valve. So let's take a look at this. When the ventricles are relaxing, blood is going this way, and it just sort of empties into here. Blood is coming in this way, and it sort of empties in. So these valves are both open. When the ventricles contract, it looks more like this. So here are the ventricles contracting. Blood is going to be forced out this way, but this is going to close. So this is showing you this valve right here closing up. So the blood starts to go back here, but it gets caught in these cups right here, shoves the cups up, and then they close off. They smack close. So when you listen to someone's heart and you hear bump, 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 what you're listening to are the valves closing. Here, when the ventricles are contracting, these are closed, and then the valves going to the blood vessels going away from the heart, the pulmonary artery and the aorta, these valves are open, and then these valves would be closed. And so then once the bottom part of the heart relaxes, here's the heart relaxing, the blood just got pumped out here. You don't want it to go backwards here. So these valves close. And then a movie, which never works. Okay, which side of the heart contains deoxygenated blood? So if this is your heart, blood coming from all over the body comes here, and then it comes down here. This is deoxygenated blood. So that's actually, this is the tricky part. This is the right side because you're looking at a patient. Which side, where does deoxygenated blood go from the right side of the heart? So again, here's the heart. Doesn't really look like this, right?
No.
Blood comes in here.
Nothing like it.
And then it comes down here, and then it's got to go up to the lungs to get oxygen. So deoxygenated, do you know what deoxygenated means?
Are we ever going to actually learn about eyeballs?
Not right now. Yes, googly eye. What do you think deoxygenated means? Do you think that has oxygen or no?
Doesn't have.
It doesn't, yeah. D means it does not. Good job. So that goes to the lungs. Oxygenated, do you think that means it has oxygen or no?
Yeah.
Yeah, that has oxygen. So where does oxygenated blood go from the left side of the heart? Here's the heart. Blood came in here, went out to the lungs. Now it's coming back here, down to here, and it's going to go out to the whole body from there. What is the function of heart valves? To make sure the blood flows in one direction. That's it. To squeeze blood out of the heart? No, that's cardiac muscle tissue. Anna? To regulate the rhythm of the heart, there's actually special cardiac muscle tissue that does that. And then to allow blood flow in many directions at once, nope, you only want it in one direction. Which type of blood component carries nutrients and nitrogenous waste? That is just the liquid part. The liquid part is called the plasma. Which type of blood component carries oxygen? Do you know this one? Red blood cells, white blood cells, platelets, or plasma? What carries the oxygen?
I think it carries the blood cells. I think it's the blood cells.
It's the blood cells. Is it the red ones or the white ones?
Red ones.
You got it. Good job, red ones. Which type of blood component is a cell fragment that helps to clot blood? Excuse me. Sorry. Is it the red blood cells, the white blood cells, the platelets, or the plasma?
Does that say red?
That says red, yes.
Which
That one's
is
kind of
very
tough.
much
That's the
better.
tricky one. That's platelets. Plasma has stuff in it that will help clot blood too, but they're not cell fragments. Which type of blood component contains lots of hemoglobin? This is the protein that carries oxygen. And so which one carries oxygen again? Red blood cells or white blood cells?
Red.
Very good. Which type of blood component fights infections? Do you know what fights infections or fights cancer?
The little purplish ones.
Yeah, the white.
things,
Yeah,
the
good.
purple things
Yeah.
on the other video.
Yeah, very good. The white blood cells. You guys were paying attention.
They kind of like have white hairs on them.
Yeah, they have like a purple nucleus inside. I don't think they're really purple, but they stain that way. It's very good. All right, properties of cardiac muscle cells. So here's one thing that I haven't really taught the kids yet in my class. So this is a cell.
Oh, I've learned about that
No way.
a little.
Wow. Who taught you about the cell, do you know? Was it one of your teachers?
No, I think it was Grandpa. He taught me a little bit, and there was this
I'm not
book
surprised.
about, the the red things,
Okay.
the blue things, the purple things, and the white things.
Okay. There are
and
things.
The eye thing.
There are things like vacuoles or lysosomes. These are all organelles. There's endoplasmic reticulum, there's Golgi bodies, and then there are these really cool things called mitochondria, and that's what this is. Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so what do you remember about mitochondria? Hopefully from middle school, my students will remember that mitochondria are organelles. Those are those little things
I thought
inside.
you were in high school.
I am, but I haven't really taught cells yet. I don't think I'll have taught it by the time I do this. So they have to remember some stuff from before.
Mm-hmm.
So mitochondria are organelles. Those are the things inside cells. And so they're in each cell that do cellular respiration. So that means they take glucose, and they take oxygen, and they break it down to their waste products, CO2 and H2O, and most importantly, they make ATP, which is for energy. So they take the energy from sugar and make ATP. Hip hip. So that's the function of mitochondria. And so cardiac muscle cells have lots and lots of mitochondria, so they can make lots and lots of ATP.
What does ATP mean?
ATP is a little molecule. It looks like this. Got oxygen here, a carbon here. It's got phosphorus with oxygens, and it's got a nitrogenous base here. Actually, there are 3 phosphates. So
that looks familiar.
Do you think so?
Yeah, it looks a little familiar.
Okay, so that's ATP. It's adenosine triphosphate.
Yeah, I think I saw that before on one of your videos,
Very, very cool.
That the students probably already saw.
David just walked in, and I have a question for David.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so David, if you look at skeletal muscle cells, like in your arm,
Mm-hmm.
about 2% of skeletal muscle is mitochondria. And do you know what mitochondria do?
They make energy?
Yeah, they make energy. They change energy's form, so you have ATP. You guys aren't going to fight over a Slinky right now.
Oh,
There's a ball in it?
Yeah. Okay, so I have a question for you, David.
Yep.
2% of your muscle cells in your skeletal muscle cells are mitochondria. What percentage do you think mitochondria are in the heart muscle, in cardiac muscle?
50?
It's 30, yeah, about 30%, up to 30%. Why did you guess so high? You did a good job.
Because the heart needs a lot of energy.
Yes, and what happens when the heart gets tired?
You die.
There you go. You got it. Very good. So this gives all these mitochondria give a high resistance to fatigue. Oops, wait a minute. I don't want to. Okay, so one thing I just want you to notice, this is a cardiac muscle cell. These are the parts of the muscle cell that do the contraction. These orange things are mitochondria. Notice there's 20 million of them. There's a lot of them. And so the idea here is that if your heart gets tired, you are in bad shape. Whereas if your other muscles get tired, you just sit down and rest. Okay, we're going to skip through the video. A little bit more about cardiac muscle cells. They have special connections between them to allow... Do you remember, David? Or maybe you guys... I don't know if you would know this. This is a hard one.
Oh.
The electricity of the body. Do you know what that's called?
It's
tendons.
No. The electricity...
Oh, I thought that... No, oh wait, special connections between
stop.
them?
No, this is different. This is just a different
Oh,
question.
okay, I was trying to...
So the electricity in a light bulb or through the wires in your house is made out of what? Do you know?
Electricity.
Electrons.
Electrons, yeah, electrons, good. Do you know what the electricity in your body is? It's not electrons, it's a different charged
It's
particle.
Muscle.
They're in muscles,
It's
and they're in nerves. Starts with an I.
stop. I'm trying to think about it, but you guys keep interrupting
Isles.
me.
Hold on, I'm going
Isos?
to pause this for David. Should I pause it?
Yes.
I'm not sure what that is.
Okay, so David didn't know, but that's okay. The electricity of the body is ions, so you want to have your electricity flow from cell to cell in your heart so that the whole thing can contract together, the top and the bottom. So special connections between the muscle cells allow ions to move from one cell to another, so the electricity of the heart can flow from one cell to another. That way you go boom, boom. The whole top of the heart contracts, then the whole bottom of it contracts. And so here's one of those special connections that allows ions to move through.
Isn't that like the stuff that allows protein to the cells? And
Well, those are, these particular proteins there are some that would allow a protein through, some that it would allow whatever else
okay,
through.
so those actually are those things. It's just
Yeah.
they allow ions to. Okay.
This particular one allows ions through. Yeah.
So you use energy to let energy in.
Well, you use energy to make these things, but just to allow them in from high to low concentration, that wouldn't really take energy.
Oh, okay.
It's a good question, though. All right, that's the end of my story. Say goodbye, my wonderful children.
Goodbye.